Look at Franz Wagner. That is big time.
Yeah. Really excited. Really excited to come back home. I had someone on me and just trying to make a play.
So, the Orlando Magic are a team that's certainly on everyone's radar, and when one of your stars goes down, well, here comes another one in Franz Wagner to sail the ship. 6'10" forwards are running the show over there in Orlando, and hey, what can I say? It's pretty entertaining. When you watch Paolo banchero, you get this blend of power, dominance, and athletic plays, and then when you watch Franz Wagner, you see a unique play style that catches defenders off guard and an amazing nature to create plays on the floor. After the ending of last year's playoffs and the Olympics, people had some concerns about Franz and how he would perform coming into this season, and to say the least, he shut everyone up. So far this season, Franz has hit a buzzer beater on the Lakers on their home floor, he's been named Eastern Conference Player of the Week, and he's been the leading factor in the Magic being 8-2 over their last 10 games. A lot of people overlook Franz due to him not being a major highlight player, but when you turn on the TV and watch him work, you'll see that he's slicker than baby oil on ice. Right here, you're going to see Franz receive the ball to go back off this screen, but I want you to look at what happens. This defender here stops chasing Isaac due to Franz being open off the screen, so this puts Monte Morris in a split position to guard the roll or the corner. With Franz realizing this, he decides to fake it to the corner so Isaac can become wide open due to Morris shifting, and voila, it's money on the table. His ability to deceive the defense is something people don't pay much attention to, but when you watch closely, you'll see him get crafty with the fake to make the defender lunge up, and now 2 points becomes easy. On the season, Franz is putting up 23 points, 5 rebounds and 5 assists on shooting splits of 47% from the field and 35% from deep. If we're to research the stats further, you'll find that a bulk of Wagner's buckets come from within 8 feet, where he's converted nearly 60% of his shots. When he's attacking the basket, he can get there in various ways, but the first thing that will probably catch your eye is the smooth Euro to finish off the glass. Wagner may not be the fastest guy, but he can for sure create angles for himself to attack, and when your big is sitting there waiting for him, well, here's where he can Euro right past them, catching them off guard, and here comes the and one.
Wagner will drive it again, squeezing between defenders.
These slick 2 steps make it to where bigs have to turn and open up all the way to guard him, which makes them drop their hands, and as you can see, Franz is already floating this up before the defense can even bother him. To be a star in this league, you have to find ways to create advantages, so when you can effectively set your man up to then Euro back the other way uncovered, it shows that you have a creative knack to your game. When you watch Franz, he's never really caught rushing his movements, as if one angle gets cut off, he can use those polished fundamentals to stop on a dime to spin back the other way, and before you can even get a hand up, it's already dropping in. Having that patience to find different openings is what makes Franz so unique, as right here a lot of guys would try to either go up right over AD, or they would have looked for a kick out. But when talking about Wagner, he decides to launch off that front foot to split the defense for the bucket. If you ask me, I pretty much look at this aspect of his game as a scan and execute approach, as sometimes he'll take his time getting into his spot as he's scanning the floor, but once he decides to go, he executes at a high level. This approach right here ties right in with his slight handle to break down the defense as well, and although he doesn't have the flashiest moves or anything, his ability to use subtle movements to then take advantage of the defender's positioning is key. Take a look at this play right here. When he catches on the wing against Martin, Franz doesn't rush out the post as he gives Martin a bump to start it off. So now when he faces up, he has this entire side to attack with momentum, and once he's got that step on you, it's hard to stop him at the basket. Now look here, when he's pressured by someone his size, all it takes is one move for them to bite on to give Franz the advantage, and if we're all watching the same thing, you can easily see that Kai Jones bit on this hezzy which put him out of position, and Wagner's now able to push downhill for the finger roll. I know some of you may not be amused, but when you see Franz mixing up Tyrese Halliburton to then step right past Siakam to get to the lane for the float, it shows you that he has confidence and a different skill set that other big forwards don't have. To add on to his already punishing attacking skills, Franz won't just lean on the handle, as he can use the burst of speed to get past defenders his size to get to the rim. Right here he gets downhill on Lively with ease to sneak this in with the inside hand, and then against the Suns, he explodes through the gap when the defense tries to close in, and with a soft touch, this one kisses off the glass and drops in. His on-ball value to score the ball helps his team out a lot, as they have someone who can initiate the offense and get a bucket if needed, but probably one of the most undervalued skill set Franz has is his ability to work off ball to then go score. If you've watched the Magic this year, you've seen plays where they initiate this triangle action, and this is for a few things. Number 1, they want to look for Jalen Suggs cutting off this back screen to see if he will be wide open. But say he's not open and the defense decides to switch, well now you're in a position where Zach LaVine is guarding behind Wagner instead of in front of him, so Franz can easily just launch off to go put points on the board. Trust me, I'm not lying. You're going to see many times where the Magic run this action, as it can open up many different looks and it keeps the defense guessing. Now sometimes when Franz is being used as a screener, it's not in the triangle set as it's him in a 2-man action, but now instead of rolling all the way to the basket where the help defense is waiting on him, Franz seals off the smaller Tyus Jones to receive the ball safely, and now he can bounce right into a floater. If you're the defense, you can't be sleep when guarding Wagner, because it's not just on these screen actions where he makes his move. When his man takes his eye off him to engage in help defense, this is a recipe for disaster. Because yeah, you do stop the initial bucket from happening in close, but now you just gave up a momentum bucket to a star player. It's highly important that teams take note of this because it's truly at any moment he'll move in silence right past them, and for a guy who's more of a key player for this team, it's amazing to see that he'll give the ball up to let someone else set things up, but then he'll still make himself available rather than just standing around. This right here shows you what type of player and teammate Wagner is, and honestly, it's not just about scoring. His unselfish nature leads to him setting up his teammates throughout the game, and he does so in many ways. His drive is such a threat to the defense that he'll have guys sliding all the way over to stop him from the help side, but like that creative footwork that we talked about earlier, Franz can decel while stepping back to make the defender fly right by, and now the connection down low pays off. Wagner himself may not be the best passer in the league, but he certainly shares some of the vision the elite passers have. As off this screen, you should already know the help is going to shift over to help on the roll man, and that this corner guy will be wide open. Many times when I'm sitting down watching games, this pass is not made as some guys can't see it or don't even attempt to look. But with Wagner's vision and 6'10" height, he can see over most defenders, and then he has the accuracy to get this across court for the wide open butterball. As you start to watch Franz more, you'll notice that he's very skilled at making reads out the pick and roll, and he'll even add in some flash to it at times by whipping this one sharply down low to his brother for an easy one. Now this isn't to say that Franz is going to be amongst the elite crowd when it comes to passers, but when you see the way he can share the ball and pick apart the defense without scoring, it just showcases another layer to his game that the defense now has to worry about. Not only will it be a scoring inside that breaks the defense, but it'll also be his ability to facilitate, and unlike last year in the Olympics where we seen Franz struggle to hit shots from deep, he's came out this year showing everyone different. His confidence to pull up from deep is at an all-time high as he's using step backs to rein it in over the defense, and even if the defender is right up in his space, all up in his grill, Wagner will still put it up for straight cash. This floor spacing ability will be huge for the Magic going forward as they need more guys who can cash in from deep, and if one of your stars is doing just that, it makes this team even more dangerous. Defenders can no longer just keep going under screens as Franz will pull up with no hesitation, and even if he has to create for himself, well, he has no problem serving you a move to get open, and bada bing, it's money team. This Franz Wagner guy is on a whole nother level right now, and is showing everyone that not only is he here to stay and become a star, but the Orlando Magic as a whole are on a rise. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you're first to know when I upload. I thank you all for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.